It's the Midnight Trucking Radio Network. Eric Harley here, and my friends at Anti-Monkey Butt Powder. I know the drivers listen to me talking about it on the air every single night. I just want to hold up a bottle. This is what it looks like. Go out to your Walmart, your Barjan truck stops, your Do It Best hardware stores, Ace True Value. Pick up a bottle of Anti-Monkey Butt Powder. And joining us right now, they've made it possible for me to talk with Daryl Basham. Daryl, how are you?
I'm alive and well, doing fine. And don't forget Walmart, Rite Aid, and Tractor Supply in that list right there,
and
too.
Thank you for helping me finish that. We do appreciate that. But you are in your fourth season there at Daryl Basham Racing. You're in your fourth season having Anti-Monkey Butt Powder as a sponsor. What's that been like? That's got to be a lot of fun, people looking at that logo on your car and getting a good laugh out of it.
We haven't enjoyed it more than you would ever imagine.
Wow.
And you know, kids love this old big red-butted monkey, and we have a great time with it.
It's just tremendous, and you know, we look at the pictures and it's great. It's terrific placement. We know that the kids are laughing, and the whole family gets a kick out of it. But give us a background here on Daryl Basham Racing and what it's been like, because you know, you've got some experience.
It's not my first day. You know, I tell everybody I'm the world's oldest living race car driver, and I'm getting close. But you know, I started driving race cars when I was in high school. I mean, this is like back in the 60s. I'm 60 years old now. I still eat up with it just when I was a kid.
Man.
I have raced my entire life away, but no regrets for it.
You've been racing in the ARCA REMAX Series, what, since the 70s? Is that right?
I run my first ARCA show in 1972 at Louisville Motor Speedway. Louisville Fairgrounds, rather.
Louisville Fairgrounds.
At the Fairgrounds track, right here next to where we're
right
at.
Here.
There was a track probably about right here.
Just outside. Yeah, no kidding.
Yes, surely was.
Awesome. All right, so give us a perspective here. 1972, what was that young driver, Daryl Basham, like? What was going through your mind your first day on that track in competition?
Man, you know what? In the ARCA series, I truly didn't know what to think of the deal. I had seen a lot of ARCA shows, and it was at that time was big time racing.
Right.
And I was excited to be here, and like I said, right here where we're at now is where we actually got started.
Yeah.
It was exciting then, and it still is. It's gotten a little bigger time than it has been, but
yeah. And you do a lot of hands-on stuff with your car. You know, you've got a lot of intimate knowledge with that car. That's got to be a pretty unique relationship because a lot of guys, you know, don't have that with their cars.
Yeah, some guys are a little luckier than I am. I have to do everything. I mean, I build my engines down in my basement. I build my engines. I do almost all my own body work and paint work and build the gears and chassis, brakes, everything that has to be done, I do it. That Sandy helps me do some of it, and we have some friends that stop by occasionally and help us. But generally, we do it all. And it's a tough job, actually.
Right, and of course, you actually have some trucking experience.
Yeah, certainly I do. Absolutely, that's the reason I'm here. Besides Monkey Butt is Steel Shield, which is the absolute best truck additive I've ever found.
Really?
Run across it racing.
Yeah,
it picks my trucks up. Just the fuel mileage part's about a half mile a gallon.
Steel Shield, that's terrific.
Yeah, that's another reason besides the anti-monkey butt powder that we're here. But I've been in the truck business. I bought my first trucks in 1978. I went on the road in '79. I was gonna, I hate telling you, I had to fire a guy. The guy was cheating me.
Yeah.
So I cut this guy loose back in 1979, and I was working on sports cars. I had a job in a sports car shop, and I said, well, I'm gonna run this old truck for a couple of months, and we'll put somebody else in it, and I'll go back to working on cars again. And I've yet to go back to working on the cars.
Wow.
It's a long couple of months, brother,
yeah,
I'm
man.
telling you.
Yeah, no kidding. So you've got that experience where you're out there on the road, and then, of course, in your free time, you're racing. Is there a moment when you're in the car and you believe and you wish you were in the truck, or vice versa?
Yeah, boy, that's a good question right there, Eric. I'm telling you what, both ways.
Yeah,
there's both ways. The racing business is such a labor-intensive, hard job you wouldn't believe it. This is the absolute truth. I work about 100 hours a week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like 2.5 jobs for most people.
Yeah.
I start in the morning when I get up, and in the summertime when we really get cranking and I have to go, it's not unusual to work till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, go to bed, take a nap, get up and do it all over.
Yeah.
About 100 hours a week in the summertime. And this is the times when I'm saying, man, it'd be relaxing to be in the old truck.
No kidding.
But when you're about 2,000 miles from the house, wintertime, thinking, boy, I'll be glad when racing season starts. I'm ready to go back to racing.
Ready to do it, and that's it. I mean, you're putting in that as you mentioned, 100 hours a week. That's, and as a truck driver, I mean, it's not an easy life. It's not an easy lifestyle.
No.
But either way, in both of your worlds, your lives, a tremendous amount of manpower and dedication. You have to love what you're doing, Daryl.
Eric, I'm telling you what, there's no way, especially on the racing side. I mean, I love my trucks too. I'll be honest with you. I love my old trucks. But on the racing side, there's no way to tell anybody or explain to anybody what it feels like to say be at Daytona and start a show at Daytona.
Wow.
When you start a race at Daytona, and you're lined up, you and 40 other idiots are out there all lined up in a row trying to get in the corner first. It's just, man, it gives me goosebumps. It honestly gives me goosebumps right now thinking about being strapped in the car and doing it.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
When you go into a truck stop, which is kind of where your marketing folks first saw anti-monkey butt powder, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. But when you go into a truck stop and you sit down and have a meal and you start talking with another driver and they learn who you are and what you do, how in the world do you ever get let go? How do they let you out of that place? The conversations must be, because seriously, I mean, I talk to my brother all the time about racing and everything else. You're living their dream. They're just watching it on TV or listening to it on the radio. You're living their dream. That's got to be pretty interesting, those conversations.
Yeah, it is. You know something, I don't go in just talking about it. Nobody generally knows unless they happen to know me. Sometimes Sandy and I'll be talking and people catch on what we are, but you're right about living the dream. You know, I can tell you a real quick story, man. It was like 3 years ago. I come home and I run 18th at Daytona. 18th. I was on the lead lap. Last year we run 9th, by the way, at Daytona.
Wow.
This year we run 22nd. Homemade motor.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was down to a little local hardware store, and I was kind of whining around about running 18th. I was on the lead lap. Wasn't bad. Pretty good day.
Yeah.
And the guy works there. He said, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
He said, this guy would kill to be able to do what you did, and you're here crying about it. I said, but I wanted to run 16th, maybe. Nor what you do, you just want to do a little better.
You want to do a little better, but that's what keeps you doing it. That's what puts you out there for that 100 hours a week, as you're talking about.
That is.